Hey guys, welcome back to the Ice Project. I thought we'd do something a little bit different this week, and I reached out to you guys on Instagram, and you guys said just want to stop interviewing famous people respectfully and just interview a few of your mates, and there's no better guy I can think of right now to interview as our first guest. But for now, roll the intro. All right, guys, welcome back to the Ice Project. Friday afternoon here with my boy Benny. Hey, bro, what's up?
What's doing, brother?
Yeah, bro, I've always thought like you'd be great at podcasting. You've got this great ability to walk in rooms and make people happy and smile. And I know you're a big fan of podcasts, but what's it like being in the room right now?
Bit daunting, to be honest, hearing yourself bounce off the walls. But no, it's pretty cool. I've always all the cameras and everything. It's pretty buzzy, but
it is cool once you're in here.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I've always wondered, like you just see the square of the person in front of you or whatever, but just seeing all behind it's pretty mad, eh?
Yeah. Feel like you're at home?
Yeah, not at all. I want to get we get comfy soon, but yeah, we'll get there.
So you're a fan of podcasts, obviously. We'll talk about what you do for work and all that sort of stuff, but who are some of your favorite guys that you like to listen to?
Oh, obviously the Rogues, Theo Vaughn, the Morning Shift Boys, Hello Sport. Hello Sport's probably the top dogs in my eyes.
Yeah, they're number one, eh? What do you think makes them so great?
I think it's the relatable, like, because they're obviously not active or, sports. They just commentate, but they're honest about, like, we don't actually know shit, but we'll tell you exactly how we feel.
Yeah. I feel like they really took off when during that COVID time when Manly were getting pumped and they just they kept jumping on and just going like Manly 13 plus.
Yeah, they'll ride Manly till death, but I think, they get their most views and stuff when Manly's doing bad. So it's like a win-win.
It's content either way, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
But some of my favorite content is like when Manly wins and they do, Kempy does like Team of the Week.
It's just all turbo.
Yeah, just the whole Manly side from 1 to 17. So it's a bit of a giggle.
Yeah, no, they're good. I like listening to you, Kempy, all those. Yeah.
Who's funnier out of Eddie or Tom, you reckon?
Probably Tom, eh?
Yeah.
Eddie. Don't clip that up.
Yeah. No, do you know what? Like, I think when you first start watching Hello Sport, I think Tom's just a little bit more relatable.
That's what I think it is.
He's big and bubbly and he's laughing and they're exactly like
Eddie
that.
Eddie comes across as just like that wanker, mate, that like we all have, and you're just like, you tell him to shut up on the piss for sure.
But he gets, I reckon once you start watching him a lot more, I reckon he's almost funnier.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, he's out there. He's the one that comes through with the wild, absurd words.
Yeah. One of my favorite segments they done was when they went back to wherever they're from and they went to that Indian restaurant.
Oh,
and they were blind and it ended up in the paper. And one of the things I was saying, like, it stacks up internationally.
Yeah, 100%.
Just a random little Indian joint.
Yeah. No, they're a mad shout. Yeah. They're killing it too. They just,
bro, they're going to be huge, bro, because a good thing about them, they remind me of kind of like South Park and Bart Simpson, and The Simpsons, where all they do is talk about things that are relevant at the time and put their own twist on it.
Yeah.
So they're not like giving opinions, they're just making fun of it all.
Yeah.
Like, look at everyone that they've interviewed.
And then, then they just create their own universe and then spiral off of that and start businesses and stuff.
And then the punter.
You got a whole market of just blokes that are, it's smart as.
Yeah, I remember when they first come through, bro, like we were just sort of, they reached out to do a podcast and I didn't really quite know who they were.
Yeah.
And I remember they used to shoot it out of out of a little spot in Bondi, then they went to the Batuta Advocate boys and like I just remember seeing them. I'm like, these guys are gonna like don't want to try and sound like a podcast guru hero here, but I remember seeing them. I'm like, these guys have just got it. They just need time.
Yeah, There's some people you just hear for the first time and you're like, that guy's gonna be whatever he wants to be.
Yeah, 100%. So I met Benny through ex-partner of mine. We kind of just hit it off basically off the bat. And just, I was actually at Rabina today and it reminded me of that time we went
bowling.
And we just, pretty much since then, we just sort of clicked. And
the good old days.
Yeah, the good old days, the old double dates. I remember this, I've said this on podcasts plenty of times, but it was the first time I ever got a growling for getting a PB. We're jumping in the car and Mike's girlfriend's like, you take sport, like you take everything way too seriously. I'm like, what? Like, I thought we're competing.
Yeah, that's how I got here.
Yeah. And then she's like, no, me and my friends aren't like that. We just like to hang out and enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, to be fair, I definitely wasn't trying. Probably saw that on the lane, but
yeah.
Yeah.
But bro, just in saying that, bro, I just want to say, like, I really appreciate your friendship, and we haven't known
likewise.
each other long, but we've had some pretty good times already.
Yeah,
and someone asked me about their relationship, and I was like, what was your favorite things you've taken away from it? And I was like, one, I probably wouldn't have moved here as quick. And then probably the other one was my friendship with you. I was like, with this guy I met, Benny, I'm probably going to be friends with him like for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So appreciate you, my guy.
Yeah, you too, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was it was buzzy. I didn't think we would fucking get on as quick as we did, but it just sort of naturally happened. And
Yeah.
here we are. Here we are.
Chopping up a potty.
Yeah, now we're starting a business.
But do you know what's funny? I was thinking about this today. I was like, I remember I used to fly up here, and you'd probably be more excited to see you in that.
Yeah.
That's probably when the writing was on the wall, to be fair, with the relationship.
It was almost like the perfect storm. When you have a partner, all you want them to do is be friends with your friends.
Yeah.
And it just worked out too well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably the second best thing you ever did to me was introduce me to neighborhood. So I suck neighborhood's dick on this fucking podcast all the time. But what do you think makes it so great?
Oh, it's probably top down. Like there's no arsehole attitude. I was a bit nervous to go there because I know it's always like their mad content and stuff online. And I was like, oh no, I would never fit in this gym. But just jumped in and had a crack. And yeah, I don't know. There's just like obviously Kurt's the man, and he runs the joint pretty well. And then even all the other trainers, Millie and all that, they're just like you. Like when you spend time with them on the weekend, they're exactly the same as you. But then they've just got a bit of ticker and
a bit better body.
Yeah, a bit better body. Probably not natural. No. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's just mad. And then, there's something about being in the trenches with everyone. You just get closer, and then
because we've got a pretty close crew at the gym now. Like we hang out outside of them. And like going for dinners with different crews. There's heaps of different like sub crews within the crew.
Then it gets a bit too incesty.
It's got a bit of a swinger vibe about it.
Yeah. Be a small bloodline.
I remember when I posted a vlog one time, and they're like if Instagram was a gym, someone wrote that in the comments, and it does feel like that. And like if you look at it, and all the boys are like ripped up, and like the content looks like that. Like it does look like an intimidating environment to come into,
100%.
but it's like the complete opposite.
Yeah, but I don't think they're struggling for business or anything, so I don't think they'll change the way that people look at their gym.
So you done your first ever Hyrox event? How was that?
Did the Hyrox. It was fun as. It was, went down to Melbourne and did it. Did a pretty average time, but I got it done. It was probably the hardest one of the year, I reckon. It's been mid-December. You're halfway through slippery season. I reckon I was getting on the piss the night before, and
I feel like the whole gym crew was like I reckon they started their training block. They were on fire the whole time. And then by the time they got towards the end of it, it's like everyone's on the piss all the time.
That was the most impressive part. A few of the boys rolling in at 4 a.m. and then doing a 10 a.m. Hyrox session.
Yeah, let's talk us through Darcy's weekend.
Oh, jeez.
Shout out Darcy. This is one of the. I love all the shit.
Yeah, that blows me away. They got there Friday, just ripped in from midday, rolled right through the night, woke up, did the solo Hyrox session, got on the piss, had a crack that night, rolled in the next morning, did the doubles with Millie, and then I think he just crashed after that. We were supposed to go one of the almighty nights out. He just D&D and flew back home, I think.
Oh, he flew up that night.
Ditched it.
Oh, yeah, I'd do that as well. It's a big event, man.
Yeah, he's got a missus too. So.
He would have been in trouble.
Got to behave for sure.
Yeah, he would have been in trouble. Yeah. What's on the horizon for this year in terms of like fitness goals? Let's talk about your fitness journey a little bit. I was actually flicking for your Instagram and like, bigger back in the day.
Yeah, one of the boys I work with found me on Instagram. He did the old stalk. There's nothing awkward, by the way. Someone stalking your Instagram beside you. You're doing these. Oh yeah, that was a dark time.
I was going through it.
I don't know. I was just fat as. Was it 5 years ago? I reckon. Just unhealthy. Smoker, drinker, partier, all the naughty stuff.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. Hey, it depends how you look at it. And then was it COVID probably? No, yeah, around COVID. Just got a bit over it. I was working with Keanu and the boys.
Yep.
And they used to box in Burleigh, so went down to Platinum, started having a bit of a box and just fell in love with it. Did that for a year or two. Dropped about 20 kilos doing the boxing.
Fuck, so you dropped, what was the heaviest you ever were?
121.
Were ya?
Yeah. And then crazy. I was like,
I can't picture you.
When I was that weight, I remember being over in Japan and like families are coming up getting photos of me and stuff. I was just this big fat orange person. So
like, is that Paul Tito?
Literally, or Ronald McDonald. Yeah, I was thick as. I look like
I know,
Seth Rogen in his prime.
I know you're pretty laid back in nature, but did that stuff like low-key hurt?
Yeah, for sure. There was something I'd always fought with like early on, I reckon. And then, finally just got over it and started having a crack. And, the momentum, you start seeing results, and then you just...
Sometimes that little compliment just from a random person, that's the big one for me.
That's the big one there. Yeah. And then, just got hooked on that and didn't want to go back,
Yeah.
And I think got down to 88. 86 or something.
Shit, that's mad, bro.
That wasn't sustainable though. That was just now I'm probably sitting at about 94, I reckon.
Is that where your sweet spot is?
Nah, I reckon I'll get down to about 90.
90, yeah.
90, but a bit more muscle, a bit less fat. So that dropped 20 kilos doing the boxing, and then just normal gym. Signed up to Legacy, loved it there. That was the first like gym I've ever really done, and then just doing it with Lexi, Nat, and all that. It was mad.
Yeah.
And I just got too content. I had too many mates there. I started just like not warming up, not doing everything.
Because you're a social butterfly too.
Yeah, the worst. And I'll pull other people out of their workouts.
You know what you're like, mate? You know the Venus flytrap, bro? When there's like a thing coming, and just go,
100%.
Come here for a chat.
Yeah. Come stand in this corner. Let's judge the room. And had to love them and leave them. And that's when I came to neighborhood.
Yeah.
Still love it.
Yeah. I was like, I'm in a position now where like I get offered stuff and ambassadors for gyms, and I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
I've got it too good, man.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay
and
do everything just to like get to an environment where everyone fucking cranks and would be like back quarter of our gym class, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
100%. Yeah, I never wanted to be the fittest in the room anyway, so it's mad. I swear, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But it's good walking into just knowing that you're going to get humbled by your brothers and your sisters. That's good.
That's a humbling part when the girls are running past you, right? And then patting you on the back.
Yeah, for sure. Or
come on.
You go to pick up your weights, and one of the girls goes, "Those are my weights."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Yeah. Fuck that. I remember we put together that little X list as well. Like that was funny, man. Like just seeing what the girls like actually think.
Yeah.
Like shirts off before thing. And and some of the boys just got mad bodies, man.
Yeah.
I'd be doing exactly the same.
Some of the boys don't own shirts.
Yeah. Bro, but it's so hot in there. Like this morning, yesterday morning, that was like one of the toughest sessions I've done in a while.
Fell over, eh?
Yeah. It was so dizzy.
Yeah, gyms are good. Now it's just the new running era.
Yeah. We're in, bro. We're in. How's that going?
Stay under the feet. Yeah. We're getting back there. I was doing all right last year. And then had a little injury leading into Hyrox, but now just slowly got that runner. So just slowly making my way up.
I like when you get to that point in running, and I'm not trying to sound like a mad runner or anything, but the run, like exercise, it gives you energy for the day. It doesn't like zap you away from it.
Yeah, for sure,
so
100%.
I'm kind of in that little sweet spot now where I can feel myself getting that little bit better and a little bit fitter, and the distance are going a bit further. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I think I stuffed myself up trying to run with like Reese and all that.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep up with them for like 6 months last year, and I was just like, I wasn't actually getting any better at running. I was just learning how to redline it for an hour.
Yeah.
But now
that's what you think you have to do, but it's the complete opposite.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, in theory, that makes sense. Yeah. Like, let me crank as hard as I can.
The science doesn't lie, unless you're religious.
Yeah. Shout out Reese, one of our mates at the gym. He's actually from Wales, and we call him Reese Welsh. Well, we think it's funny anyway. But this is the funny part that I was thinking about just then. I was like, we were talking about this on the piss. Like, Wales aren't good at anything.
Yeah.
You're like, name one person from Wales that's like famous.
Yeah.
And he goes like, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
I got the one like Gareth Bale.
Yeah, he's the man. He's the man.
He's the only person I can think of.
He's a sexy cunt too. Yeah.
There's about 9 Joneses that played in fucking rugby 08 Wales team.
And Catherine Zeta was one of them. But imagine that, like you're on the piss and you're defending your country. It's like, who's the one person that stands out? Catherine Zeta-Jones. Do you know what? They got a cool flag though. I'll give them that. That's one of the great flags.
Yeah, they've ridden that one, the old dragon conspiracy theory.
Yeah. I reckon it's one of those, like when they put Wales together, they just went too hard on the flag and forgot about it.
Nah, don't worry about it. Oh, we spelt it wrong too.
And it's he can speak Welsh too, and it's a weird language.
Yeah, no, that wigged me out. I almost called the cops. Who's in the other room?
Yeah, it's a wiggy language.
Yeah.
Like I was saying to the girls, it sounds like hobbity.
Yeah,
Got that
speaking
bit
in tongue, just whole possessed nation.
I was thinking about the boys at the gym, mate. Like we get along with some of them. Some of them are almost like too perfect.
Yeah,
Do you agree?
yeah. You can't be nice and hot.
Yeah.
and earn good money.
Hey, Marcus.
Yeah, or Mitch.
Yeah, Mitchie too.
Yeah.
Dill's another one.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know where they all come from. Eh?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you're spot on. You shouldn't be able to like when I saw like say Marcus, he's this guy from the gym. He's like, and I say this, no diddy. He's a good looking dude. It almost looked like AIs put him together.
Yeah.
And then you meet him, he's like a nice dude as well. I'm like, fuck this guy, man.
Yeah.
Where's his head a bit high?
Yeah, I know. I just wonder where they go wrong, eh? Because we've all got our icks.
Yeah. Just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, show me your toes.
Well, you're struggling. You're like, his head's a bit high.
Yeah, you're reaching, eh?
Kurt should implement some block runs around his hat just so they're at altitude. Yeah, shout out to our boy Dill as well.
Yeah.
We're trying to find flaws with him on the night out. Just got nice dude, best body.
Yeah.
Good looking dude.
Yeah, the man.
Yeah, you said you could flog him, mate. What was it?
Yeah, we used to box together. He used to.
Is he good?
He used to hand them to me. Eh? Yeah, he's just quick as. I think he had a bit more experience, but he definitely chipped a few of my teeth in the old time. too cool to wear a mouth guard. Used to get humbled. Eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's rookie.
Yeah, I know. We used to spar all the time too, and the boys would just be. Sometimes the coach wouldn't be there. We'd just spar.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
of the boys load up with their big overhands, just go to work with a bleeding mouth.
Yeah, I can't fight or anything, but I reckon if someone clipped me, wouldn't have the like composure to.
Yeah,
chill,
It's,
you know
there's
what I mean?
nothing like it, eh? But they're right though. Those liver shots, they hurt more than a headshot.
Oh,
eh?
do they?
Right.
Yeah.
You fall down, you don't get back up.
Yeah, when you think about it and you see like the UFC guys and boxing guys and they get hit and there's that that slight delay
Yeah.
and then they just go boom.
Oh, the biggest one was Kai Carter France.
that was
which
a huge
broke
one,
my
bro.
heart. But yeah, you just see that and you're just crippled.
Yeah.
Shout outs to him.
Yeah. So obviously a Kiwi guy, Māori, grew up in New Zealand. What was your upbringing like? What were your parents like? How did they meet?
Yeah, no, it was good. Grew up in a Paikakariki, just out of Wellington, little beach town.
Home of Christian Cullen.
Home of Christian Cullen. Facts. Yeah, we had the Cullen Express. No, it was mad. Yeah, mum and dad owned the one pub in town, so you're pretty much a celebrity. Moved out of there when we were 10, 11. Moved over here.
What was it like growing up in the pub?
Yeah, exactly how you think of it. Eh? The smell of ciggies, the sound of pokies.
Yeah.
Dogs running around everywhere. But it was a mad pub. Yeah, like it was straight off the beach. A few rough characters.
How many people live there?
Less than 2,000, I reckon.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was pretty small.
Yeah.
Produced a few greats, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Cully's enough. You know what I mean?
I think there was.
Do you reckon his player equivalent in rugby league would be Darren Lockyer?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think he finished up pretty young too, didn't he? I remember he
went
to Ireland.
Yeah,
Munster.
went to Munster. I remember that. I was like, fuck it. I remember when you're young, you just can't comprehend that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, what the?
Yeah,
He's an
he
All
was
Black.
like
Why is he going and playing in some random
Yeah.
club in Ireland? It's good money, dickhead.
Yeah. No, he was he was like God in our family growing up. Eh?
Yeah, fucking
Pop
oath.
into the school every once in a while. Was that Christian Cullen? Dad had all his gears too, because I think maybe they used to sponsor him back in the day or something at the pub. So when he moved overseas, he gave Dad all his All Blacks blazers, his suitcases.
Shit.
We had like a whole wall in our house dedicated to him with all his jerseys and everything. I still Dad still got his jerseys and stuff now. It's pretty mad.
And you give him your participation award. He's like,
Yeah.
Dad, I painted you something. Fucking see you later, bro.
Dad, I'm playing Burley Bears Div 3.
That'd be a good way. So, what do you guys?
I feel so bad for him. He used to take me to all my games, bro, and I just never made a tackle.
Oh yeah, just a live footy.
Yeah, I just sucked at footy. All the boys were mad. Like I went to school with Nat, and so many of the boys were just guns at footy, and I was just. I'd almost say that our crew of boys were the footy boys, and I was just the only one who didn't play.
What were you doing?
Just the larrikin,
Yeah.
just the loudmouth.
No,
we played union. I captained the team somehow, but still couldn't make a tackle.
Yeah.
Holy. cramps and gout.
Well, speaking of gout, you don't like seafood, eh?
Nah, that's probably my greatest ick is a moldy.
Yeah, that is very unmoldy like.
Yeah, draw the line at calamari.
As long as like deep fried in something.
Yeah, it sucks. Going over to Japan soon, I'll be. I want to go to the fish markets and I'll be smashing sashimi, I reckon. But,
Yeah, you like sashimi?
No, I've tried it at etsu and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Everyone's like, "Oh, you can barely taste the fish." I'm like, "What's the point of getting fish then? Just get chicken."
Nah, it's just like this fresh like thing.
Yeah, I reckon it'll grow on me. I want to be good at eating it, so I reckon I'll get there.
Just to dig into those moldy roots.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Go eat some crayfish, which I've never eaten.
Never had crayfish.
Nah.
Oh, that's the like.
Yeah,
That's the top of them.
Yeah, I want to be able to eat that. Dive down, get some kinners.
Yeah.
No.
Go full.
Have you eaten
moldy.
kinners?
Yeah, I love them. I can know like they're probably the hardest thing to adjust to, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because they taste like.
They got a bit of oyster about them.
Nah,
the oysters
different.
wig me out as well.
Oysters are easier to consume than like a kinner. A kinner's like you've got sloppy salt in your mouth. Feels like someone's like spat in your mouth with seawater.
Simi would be into that.
I think you bring some home sometimes, eh? So it's been a bit of a giggle. So what did the family sort of make the move over here?
Just sick of the lifestyle, eh? We used to come over here every year for a holiday. Then we were going up to Sunny Coast, between Sunny Coast and Gold Coast, and they were just over it. I think it was around the time where financial crash.
Oh yeah, would have been too.
I think there might have been some forced reasons for moving over here, possibly.
Yeah.
They moved over here and just complete change of lifestyle. I went from owning a pub, and the old man started his own lawn mowing business.
Oh yeah.
And that's where the empire started.
So you got like three brothers?
3 older brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like being the youngest?
Yeah, exactly how you expect it. Hand-me-downs and
Hidings.
Yeah. A few drownings in the pool.
Yeah.
But I think I'm the biggest out of all of us now, though, so I can come catch these hands. It was mad. My oldest brothers were like always respected and like wherever we grew up, so it was always mad being under their wing. And then they moved over here when they were 18, 19, and then moving over here, and they were just like mad party boys. So
okay.
They used to take me out when I was like 11, 12, and I'd just be around like them drinking and women, and I was like, these guys are the coolest guys ever.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So when did you had what age did you have your first beer?
Oh, I would have been 11 or 12.
Like a beer or just get drunk?
Nah, they used to fill up goon sacks and pineapple juice in the sink.
Oh, yeah.
And have house parties and just scoop it up. Passed out first night, I think.
Yeah.
Spend the night at the bro's house. Found a love for alcohol.
Yeah. It's been downhill ever since.
I love you, bro.
That's pretty early, man.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I think Dad was the same and the bros were the same.
Yeah.
Growing up around a pub, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So what do you expect?
Yeah. But now Dad's sober, doesn't drink at all.
Oh, at all? Yeah.
Actually, all the brothers are pretty clean these days. So
It's the thing, bro. You start that early, eh? You just kind of get to a point where you're over it.
Yeah. Yeah, even with all the other stuff that comes along with that. I think I got that out young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just a good boy, eh?
Yeah.
Put that on.
What was it like being the first and only Māori family to move to the Gold Coast?
Yeah, there's a high demand. There was heaps of buildings going up. They needed scaffolders.
Is that what it was? Is that actually what it was?
I don't know. It honestly could have been,
Because this is literally another suburb of New Zealand.
They say that's why why there's no Māoris in heaven. They reckon they ran out of scaffolding.
I've never heard that,
Yeah, back over there, and the other stereotypes, furniture removalists. That's what my brothers were doing when they moved over here.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was so many Māoris. Obviously still is, but yeah, it definitely wasn't. We weren't trendsetters or trailblazers. Followed the crowd.
I remember my first time up here, I was like, I played at footy, but I come in for a weekend one time and we stayed in like Broad Beach and there's this dude's like,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, how many Māoris are here? Like I always heard it, but fuck, it is good though.
Yeah. Few Kiwi fern stickers rolling around on the back of the Commodore.
Yeah, and like when I go out now, like a lot of like Kiwi guys come up to me and say hello and stuff. But it's good, bro, because I've like kind of missed it.
Yeah.
When I went home for Like this year, I went in for a couple of funerals and weddings and stuff. It just made me like really miss home. And even though I'd never moved back there, I kind of missed that. Like, you feel like you belong somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's probably a great thing I learned from like my past relationship and meeting you guys is like how much effort you guys put into each other and making time for each other and all that sort of stuff. And I didn't really get it at the start because like when I was in Sydney, I was like, fuck, these are my friends. Chico normally, like, it's different, bro. Like, we just hang with our crew and no one, you can hang with us for one, but we're just going to stick together.
Yeah.
Where, like, you can't, like, walk into a place like Neighborhood or Legacy and just make friends. And, like, some of those guys we're friends with in the gym now. Like, same as you. I'll be friends with them for a long time.
Yeah. I think growing up in the Goldie, because it's actually like a small, big place.
Yeah.
Like, you actually know everyone, especially going to high school here. So, yeah, you get to know everyone pretty quick, house parties and everything. Everyone's got siblings or cousins at different schools. I think that has, like, grown up now. I have so many people that I met in high school that are my mates now that I haven't seen for 10 years. Like the McCarthy boys, the Prendy boys. They're all boys that I've known forever.
Oh, have you?
Didn't talk to them for 10 years and now just, like, all good friends again. Just 'cause, like, you've got that one connection of just knowing each other in the past and then, you just look after each other, I guess. Yeah, a bit of effort doesn't hurt, eh?
Nah, and bro, it's like something I forgot, bro. And like even when I'd go back to New Zealand, like I'd be walking around and like some in the mount, I'd cruise out and like everyone says hello, like walking past you. And like I was in Sydney for so long that to me that felt weird.
Yeah,
Fuck,
for sure.
What does this cunt want?
Yeah. No, I could imagine it being like that, but like the boys are sometimes the reason I get out of bed. Like sometimes you just want to roll over and you'll be like, the boys will fucking hang this one on me if I don't get in there.
You can notice when someone in the gym's not there 100%.
too. 100%. So you just get your ass out of bed and go to the gym.
I was just thinking about when we used to have our like double dates and crews, it literally just go, boys, girls.
Yeah.
Hey, boys, how's it going?
That's the best way to do it. Just going out on the weekend. As soon as you walk over with the missus, you're holding hands, and then it's the last time you see each other. Just split off and go do your things.
Yeah, I see it in the Uber, man, when we're going home.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get it again.
What was it like coming to school here? Is it easier to fit in, transition? How was Miami?
I reckon I moved over it. I moved over when that Beach Stairs video came out.
Oh, yeah, the whale.
I just remember everyone. And I was a whale at the time too. So I remember everyone just going, can you say fish and chips? And I hated it. I just wanted to move home so bad. Thought mum and dad had made the worst mistake moving over here.
You go home crying and stuff?
Yeah. I'd never had a school uniform in New Zealand as well. Came over here to a purple one.
What school is a purple uniform?
Broad Beach State School.
Oh, does it?
On the beach. It's a doozy little school, actually. But just hated it. And I was like, fat, sweaty. Just wanted to go home, mate.
Her grimace.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the worst. Primary school was pretty average, but then high school here was mad. Like Miami was the maddest school, just so chill. Like you used to literally go for surfs at lunch, or like there was classes where you'd go for surfs, and there's a pool up in the hill there. You go for swims. Mad footy school, mad touch teams, which I wasn't involved with. I heard all about them.
The boys were saying it was mad.
Yeah, the boys used to say it was cool.
Yeah.
It was such a good school, and I reckon
what kid were you at school?
We just had our 10-year anniversary 2 months ago, and as soon as I walked in, one of the teachers was like, "Oh, you actually made it," and I thought you'd be in jail. Holy!
Thanks.
She was my counsellor at school. I was like, well, that says a lot. I had a counsellor at school. I was a little rat bag. I used to get into a bit of trouble.
What kind of? Is it like mouthy trouble? Or fights
mouthy. Like I think it was
because you're quick off the tongue too.
Yeah, and I think being growing up like a fat, insecure kid, I reckon that's where that's why I always say those hot dudes at the gym, bro. They're not funny. You don't have to learn to be funny. You don't have to work a room over so they don't pick on you. So I was just mouthy as.
So in your mind, you think like, fuck, if I can make everyone laugh, everyone's gonna like me.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, get them on my team so we can go gang up on someone else at least. But I'd always go attack authority too. So whenever a teacher walked in the room, bring them down. Yeah, I actually reflected after the 10-year anniversary. I was like, fuck, it was a muppet, eh?
Yeah.
It was like embarrassing thinking about it, but like, and it was so funny seeing the teachers, like they just understood. They were like, oh, he's just like every other rat bag. Like they didn't take it to heart. But,
Who's this hoary little moldy?
Yeah, shut up, you fatty. Stop stealing from the tuck shop.
Does any of those insecurities still live with you to this day?
Yeah, I reckon I'll die with some of them for sure.
Yeah.
They're just like, those are like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like important years of your life were like growing like in your mind and stuff. And,
developing your brain.
Like development years. And it was like top of my mind all the time. Like it was all I could think about. Like when I was insecure, that's why I was always just trying to be the funny guy.
Yeah.
But like, hated it. I was always, but just lazy. Like I was digging my own hole and then complaining about it or not doing anything about it.
You're riding a bike but putting a stick in the space. Who was that?
I'd always choose a bus over a bike, and even like I was smoking in school as well. So like it was just a little terror.
Yeah. Go right after girls in school?
Oh, eventually, I think shout out to pubes, shout out to puberty. Had a bit of a growth spurt, and then
that helps, with the weight.
Growth spurt with a bit of fat boy charm. I went all right. Came good. I did lose the V plates pretty early. Actually, I think I was about 13. Yeah.
That's that mouldy in you, man. So mouldy's always horny,
or pregnant. Born to spread.
13, bro. That's a baby, when I think about it now.
Yeah.
But to be fair, like my hometown, like all my mates, like I think someone lost one in like intermediate and he was like the man, you know what I mean? And we'd put that kid up on this pedestal because he had sex at like 12, 13.
Yeah, I even remember, all the big Islander boys and like that used to play for, I don't know, Burley or whatever. Growing up, they were like, oh, this guy's going to be in the NRL. And then dad. They just get pregnant early as, move out to Coomera and settle down.
Yeah, fair enough, bro. I understand why, bro. Like I'm like mid-30s now and I'm looking around at like the girls around here. I'm like, fuck. Like, imagine being like underage and underdeveloped and the hottest chicks ever.
Exactly. And they're just, there's nothing like being good at sport and when you're young, that's the currency. Like that's a
good way to put it, bro.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Like you can be pimply but fast.
You're still poor.
You're not going home at late.
I love that. Fuck, I told you as I got a little bit older and I started to interview people, and like because I've always like gone out and had beers and party whatever. I've always been someone that people always seem to open up to.
Yeah,
and like I always reflect back, and I feel bad now, and I shouldn't, but like I was so lucky that I had like great parenting, and like when I walked into high school, like I was already like confident. I had a bigger brother that used to like bully me, which was like you learn, bro. You know all that sort of shit.
Yeah, for sure.
But I've got no trauma from like my childhood. I would, but none that's like as prevalent as something like that. That'll throw my confidence off.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say trauma, but there's always like I feel like money was such an important thing to our family growing up. Always like the lack of. We grew up pretty good, and I think just lost it all. Like we grew up in the nicest house in our town and everything. Mum and Dad obviously owned the pub. And then lost it all, then moved over here and just seeing, Mum and Dad were always honest with us, like when we were living here, that we were struggling.
Yeah.
And then I think that just, you're always being kept in the loop, like, oh, we can't afford to do that, or like even just reflecting on what we used to eat back in the day, you're like, oh, that's the cheap food, or like,
what would you eat?
Just yellow sticker, just anything on special, noodles, luncheon, like, you know, just everything. Like
grouse so
things that like, and that's things that like I love now. Like meagre is probably my favorite food of all time.
When the missus ain't out,
100%. She doesn't understand what like 3 packs of meagre and 4 eggs taste like. Things like carrying like, not looking at money as a tool, but looking at it as like something to be scared of. Like that's something
that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's always trying to rewire that. And like George is pretty good with finances and stuff, so trying to get on top of that. And started looking at it as something that can help you, not something to always be front of mind that's going to scare you away from. Yeah,
because when you're scared of something, you kind of like go away from it, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
It's funny you say that, bro. I've spoken about this before where I was playing, my dad worked out in this mill, bro, and we had this annual soccer competition and Quade was there actually. So it was me, Quade, my dad and his dad used to work together, and my dad went to go slide tackle, proper Islander, fresh as like playing soccer. Just come around like that, bro. Bro, like that, boom, snap. And then like he's trying to get up, so he's got tibia and fibula, stood up, bro, and it's trying to stand on it, bro, and it went like that, kink. And it's like shortened his leg up. And I remember sitting there like a 10-year-old kid, like his leg flopping. But I remember like he didn't go to work for like a year, and
Wait, that happened to your dad or to Clay's dad?
to my dad.
Wow.
And I remember sitting there, and then they were like I remember mum like, oh, like, we're gonna be tight for money, like. Just letting you know, just don't ask for anything at the moment.
Yeah.
We're just going to get through.
Yeah.
It was at that time, and there was one where we were a little bit younger, where everyone in the mill in our hometown, they all went on strike just to try and get better pay rates and whatever. Yeah. And during that whole time, or maybe it was like 6 or 7 months, like we'd only eat like rice, potatoes and sausages.
Yeah.
And like my mom hates fucking sausages now. She's like, I'll never touch a sausage again.
Well, it just brings it back to a dark time.
And it's funny, I remember those times so clearly because you could feel the pressure and tension around the house.
Yeah, for
you knew
sure.
something was up, but you're just like, fuck, like what's going on here? And I remember that like reason why I love entrepreneurship, I just like, because whether I succeed or fail is like on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Like I'm not at the mercy of like union or like whoever gets into government doesn't like bother me, or if Trump comes back in.
It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, that's how I look at it now, where my brother is like completely different. Like we grew up in the exact same household. Yeah. Very like, he's like introverted, married his high school sweetheart, 3 kids, detective, like lives that life. But then I look at that life, I'm like, fuck. That scares me more so than what I'm doing right now. It is interesting when you break it down like that. Eh?
No, that's buzzy as. Oh, the bro's a detective.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah, I can't, like I remember when I was like younger, I was like, when I get older, I fucking will flog this guy.
Yeah.
I don't think I could flog him now anyway. I can't fight, but he's like trained.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't fight him anyway. We're cool as now.
Yeah.
Bro, he was a dick to me when I was younger, man. Like we were like, so you go down the hallway, it's like his bedroom, my bedroom, like we weren't allowed in each other's bedrooms. Yeah. And then like the hallway goes like that, you know, the carpet changes. I'd like walk straight up to the end.
Oh, you had your own bedroom. That'd be nice.
Did you not have a double bed growing up? What were you, bunks?
Yeah, nah, me and the brothers just had 2 single beds side by side, and I reckon until we were 16, 15.
Tough time to have a wank.
The old bathroom got a few visits.
Wow, why's Ben having 3 showers today? It's only 9 a.m.
Yeah, no, that was a...
Wanking in the pink uniform? Purple uniform? Yeah, no, because there's only 2 of us, 3-bedroom house, but like as a hallway to get right up to the end, bro. And I was a cheeky cunt as a kid too, because I've always been lippy, like from 4 all the way to now. Like, I'll say whatever, and I'll just stand right on the end, bro. And I was like, he goes, don't touch my cup. You know, these childish ones. Bro, my foot would go like that, bro, and I'll just go like that.
I remember splitting halves of the couch, Don't come on my cushion.
Just shit like that. Did you used to play that game when you like open up a pamphlet and you get to pick a food from each and you're like, just fight? Oh, I don't know. Just that small town shit, man.
Yeah. Humble beginnings.
Yeah, it was fun. So yeah, get through high school. What happened at Schoolies?
Schoolies. We did Schoolies the year before here in Surfers.
Because I've had someone go, ask me about Schoolies.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, there's probably a few embarrassing ones. The boys did a Schoolies Olympics. Like, just bro, as American Pie shit, had a leaderboard up there. And
that's mad.
Yeah, up in the unit and different points for different things. And I think I got the dub, But
what were some of the events that you can speak of?
Yeah, it was just what was there? It was like if you, I don't know, you needed proof of things too. So that's really getting into the dangerous territory.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then we went over to Schoolies for our one, which is mad. That was the first like holiday with the boys.
Oh, the dream.
And like you're treated like an adult over there. Like that was so scary. I remember having a cigarette in my bathroom and being like, oh, this is so cool.
This is life, man.
Yeah, little things like that. Drinking in the pool and driving mopeds. Like looking back at it, Schoolies are the worst thing ever. They obviously don't care that much about teenagers. Like if they did, the government would cancel Schoolies. Like, there's obviously so much money in it. I remember like the bonds, like you could pay, you were in school at the time and you'd pay like, there'd be 8 of you staying in a Schoolies room. You could organise it through your school or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they'd get like a tourism company that would book the places for you. And you'd be paying like $600-700 each kid for like a couple of days.
Yeah, it's too much money in a day.
Oh, crazy. And that's the only reason I don't stop it. Like when else would anywhere in Australia would we get away with just kids flying pissed as on the beach?
remember in New Zealand, like at Mount Maunganui, New Year's used to be like the big thing.
Yeah.
And I was like 16, 17. Probably I didn't go over till I was 18, but I was like, fuck, I just remember how drunk and shit I used to be. Like,
Yeah.
Just
So it's pretty wild. You didn't come over here for schoolies?
Nah, I didn't even know it was a thing till I got here like a little bit later.
What age did you move over here?
I would have been like 22, 23.
Oh, true.
No, 23, 24.
So were you playing rep footy back home?
Yeah.
And then...
So it was like junior Kiwis, I just went through the grades. Warriors 20s. So I would come in for Warriors, went to UK, then come back to Penrith.
Yeah.
Nah. But we used to come up for like weekend trips up here.
Do you live in Penrith?
Yeah.
Is that a good spot to live?
No. I lived in a nice part. It's like suburban.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's just hot, bro. It's
Yeah.
Like, it's either hot or really cold.
I don't know Sydney that well. That's like pretty far out, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like as far as you can go in terms of Sydney. So if you went from Bondi to Penrith, it'd be about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something good in the water out there, though.
Yeah. Bro, the water's...
Jess Fox. That's who's in the water.
The water's
mate.
dirty as too. It's like
Is that the Nepean?
Yeah, the Nepean River, bro. It's got this, it's like brown as fuck. It's like...
That's buried some files for sure.
Yeah, for sure. 1-4 on the boys just dumping bodies off the bridge, bro.
JMs, get out of there.
Yeah. So yeah, you run a like lawn business. Obviously your dad got you into it. What's it like?
Yeah, that's I was qualified landscaper. I was landscaping up here, and the old man had his business for like 10, 15 years, and he had to go in for a spinal surgery or hip. He got hip replacement, and he hit me up when I was working for another bloke and was like, is there any chance you could leave and help me? And because it was like going to be off work for a couple of months.
Oh, okay.
And he's got a full, his books are full. He's like, if you help me do this, I'll help you like set up your business. Like I'll get you the tools you need. If you just give me a hand and help run my business for a bit until I get back on my feet. And that's pretty much how I started. Nervous as, definitely didn't want to do this. Like it wasn't like the goal.
Yeah. What was the goal at the time?
I've honestly, like, my missus hates that question because I have never had an answer for it. Like she finds it hard to believe that I've just like never actually like
just floating through life.
Yeah. And like I always thought that was like a cool answer, but like in hindsight, like that's so like where you're gonna end up. Like be like Napoleon Dynamite or something.
One of the great movies, eh?
Yeah.
Uncle Rick.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't really have a goal. I was supposed to go to the army when I was 18, the NZ Army. Then got into a bit of trouble. Got booted out, and then
What job would you get in?
Oh, I just got caught with drugs. And yeah, I would have been 18. And then just was back to the bottom of the line, and then ended up finding a missus, and just didn't reapply for the army. And looking back, I would not suit the army.
Oh nah, it's like, bro, it goes against everything. Oh, I don't know, bro, because you went to school and you're always against authority.
Yeah,
like that's like the ultimate version of authority. So you might have.
Yeah, in hindsight, it was just that I didn't do a trade, or that's the one regret I reckon. If I ever, or when I have a teenage son and he doesn't know what he's going to do, I'll just get out of school and do a trade.
Yeah,
I reckon that's such a good idea. Even if you don't follow through with it, if you can be qualified by 20, mad. And there's something to fall back on. You learn so many things out there in the real world.
What trade? If you got to pick one right now, what would you do?
For me?
Yeah.
Probably plumbing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think obviously like carpentry would be like a mad one to have, just
building shit.
Yeah, just to build, or just like to know, like I could go build us a house right now.
Some notebook shit.
Yeah, go. The world's ending. It's all right. All we need is my tool bag. I've got everything up here. Nah. I'll be like, the world's ending. I'll throw some mulch on that garden.
Oh, Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
But it's like I look at stuff like that as well, and then like people that come over and do the most basic shit for me, I'm like, fuck, that's amazing. Like having a TV on the wall.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that's not basic, but to me, like I wouldn't know where to start.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
Then I can do other things that other people can't do.
Yeah, 100%.
Still look at it like, fuck, that's cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's how I feel with like mechanics and everything. I feel like they speak to cars, and I'm like, that is just a language that I just like have no idea.
Watching a man, is this cunt ripping me off?
Yeah, I was just saying today at work. I was like, mechanics are one of those things where I never used to go to them when I had my first few cars because I just always thought, oh, they'll rip me off. Like that was how I looked at it, and I was like it, and obviously they can do that, but yeah, it blows my mind. Like mechanics is such a crazy thing.
Yeah. Oh fuck! I just been dirty and shit all the time.
Yeah.
It would like piss me off, eh? Or
Gross.
princess.
Yeah, just clean my car for me.
Yeah. So what's like? I know you said not big on goals, but what's the plans of the lawnmowing business?
Not too sure because like I was like, oh yeah, keep building this up and obviously scale up and get off the tools and everything and just drive around and quote and everything. I noticed last year like an important thing to me that I value is just being able to go away whenever you can.
Yeah.
And you can't do that in this industry. Like everyone's like, oh,
grass don't stop growing.
yeah,
does
everyone's
it?
like, oh, you're your own boss. And I'm like, yeah, but if my customers aren't happy, like it's so saturated, they can just, the next car that drives past with a mower on the back, they can wave them down and oh, that's my new gardening guy. So you gotta keep them all happy. And yeah, so I worked right through Christmas and going away in June, July, everywhere's fucking got monsoons or shit weather, or except Europe. But even that, like I can only take 2 weeks off a year, and then it's just chaos. So
Does scaling scare you?
yeah, so picking the wrong person scares me.
What's the worst thing that could happen if you pick the wrong person?
Just losing clients, I guess. Like I feel like, well, the mindset I have at the moment is like no one will ever care about your business as much as you do. And like I know that I work hard and care about the quality, and someone who's getting paid an hourly rate, like they're not gonna care if they skip a corner here or there. And those little corners, like that's where you lose like your big jobs. And yeah, I don't know, just the thought of
Letting go.
letting go. Scaling up should be something to be excited about.
It's still scary, bro.
Yeah,
like,
business just scares me, to be honest. Like I sit in my car sometimes and just like I'll miss a call and I'll get a text about, hey, Radara sent me a number. Just like looking to get some maintenance or whatever. Yeah. And I'll just sit in the car sometimes and be like, fuck, I can't call this person, like so scared of it. And like my dad will like send me something like, because he's getting on, he'll like send me some of his clients he doesn't want to do anymore. But I'll just call this person. I'm just, bro, text, I hate like, not confrontation, but I hate being like.
That sounds weird to me because you're such a like people person.
Yeah, I'll go knock on a door and talk to someone, but the thought of just talking to someone on the phone, I don't know, like if I've just had a bad experience or what.
Do you reckon it goes back to the money thing? When you're a kid?
Yeah, probably. I think it all stems back to that because I'm like, I don't want to lose this because I'll lose money if I fuck this conversation up. Yeah. That's like what it comes down to. But then once I get comfortable, or like when I'm in a real good place, like business is mad, and you're just confident, I'll answer every phone call. Yeah. Like, you know how like scared money don't make money? When I'm scared, I'll get myself into a corner, I'll shit quotes, like start losing clients. As soon as I start losing confidence or stop backing myself, like that impacts my business.
That's weird.
But,
yeah.
But as soon as I walk around with a bit of confidence and I know my worth and I don't budge on prices, I swear it finds its way back to you.
It does, bro.
Yeah. And I had that for a bit and I lost it, and now I'm building it up again.
Where'd you lose it? Just from losing a couple of clients?
Yeah, that's always humbling. But yeah, I guess so. I guess that's where I would have lost it. And
did the clients come back around over time, or?
Yes, some definitely do. And then some would just like you go above and beyond, and what they picture is how they wanted it done isn't what you delivered. And
fuck, can you get out of the mud in the car?
Yeah, literally. I had a guy like in the nice area of Broady, had a mad house. I was doing his gardens and lawns, and he goes, "Oh man, how come you haven't been doing this grass patch over here?" And I was like, "Oh, it's got dog shit all through it." And he goes, "Oh yeah, can't you just pick it up?" And I was like, "Right, you're taking the piss." I was like, "That mate, that's pretty disrespectful that you think I pick up dog shit." Yeah. And he goes, "Oh, well, if you can't do that, then I guess I'm looking for a more comprehensive service." I fucking got up and walked out.
Yeah, sweet.
Like I'll stick up for myself and like that. I had someone yesterday that called a body corp, and they were like, "Oh, we just haven't noticed the gardener hasn't been here for like 6 months." And I was like, I am the gardener, and I had been there. And they're like, "Oh, can you prove some photos?" And I was like, "Nah." Yeah. I was like, "No way." I was like, "You're either calling me a liar or a fraud. I'm not fucking sending you anything.
Yeah.
I was like, if you don't believe me, like I'll lose a job over that. I don't care.
Question: is it like the lower paying customers that have
Always.
That's bro,
Always.
This
my
is,
dad told me that from the start
bro,
as well.
That's what we're talking about today, bro. When I was talking about I want to move to higher end clients, the lower the more complaints you get. The most complaints we get at YKTR is when there's sales on.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, there's a $30 sale going on right now.
Yeah.
You get people buying that because that demographic is like looking for favors.
Yeah,
and like say someone who buys clothes from us and they might be $2 short of free shipping. Like, we've bought all this and like, but it's a fucking like sale. You've literally saved like $200.
Yeah.
And you're like fighting us over like $10, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
so buzzed. And
but it's good you know that now.
Yeah, nah, for sure. But like I get it because I've obviously been in that position. Like that money means so much to you that you almost want it to get more than its value.
Yeah.
Like,
ask Nathan about content creating.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
bro.
he would have been pinned down in a few situations for sure.
He'd be too nice to do anything to him.
He'd fucking bend over too.
Hey, let me pick this dog shit up with my hand.
Yeah, I'll get up, put it in my pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Business like scared me so much. Even doing the back of house stuff like invoicing and GST and tax and I spend still quite a bit of time, probably at least an hour each afternoon doing it. Like it's something that would be worth paying someone to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Into it.
Yeah,
just like time is money. I've got an hour of free time in the afternoons these days, and then it's like bedtime. Get ready for
dinner. Flogged in the morning.
Yeah, get flogged in the morning, or like get flogged in the arvo, then have dinner, go to bed. Trying to get to bed at 8:30. I've got like no time in the arvos,
Yeah,
especially trying to get a bit of PS5 in there somewhere. Bit of UFC.
What's the game, UFC?
UFC for sure.
Yeah.
Just getting all those wins back for Adesanya. Just going to knock out Strickland.
Fuck, I'll come over and play. I haven't played PlayStation ages,
so fun.
bro.
Rossi came over last week and played it. So fun. Yeah. That's my biggest ick for Jordan.
Yeah. Oh, she hates it?
Yeah. It just doesn't. It's so funny. And I get it. Like, that's not the sexiest look to see a bloke in his undies on the couch playing a bit of PlayStation. But like growing up, that was like the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like we'd go out and play outside all day just because we'd and Dad would be like, you guys can't come home until nighttime.
Yeah.
But we knew when we were coming home, the boys are playing PlayStation. The boys are
Dinner, shower, boom,
rugby 08, all the goats.
Oh, the GOAT. 08.
Yeah, 08, it's the GOAT.
Fuck, who was your team in 08?
Oh, I liked Wales, They had that fast guy on the wing, Shane Williams.
Yeah. He's little,
Yeah. And
I loved Ireland because Brian O'Driscoll.
Yeah, and Ronan O'Gara.
Yeah. I feel like I could always because we couldn't go New Zealand.
Yeah.
Because that was a rule.
Yeah, there's definitely a rule for sure.
England,
and then Hurricanes, obviously.
The Bro Mata.
Yeah, Mata. Yeah, no, that's definitely the GOAT. I don't know why there's not one of those games,
Yeah.
That's a missed market there.
Relationship with George, obviously. I look at you guys' relationship and you guys are like the couple that everyone loves to be around. And I'm sure it's not perfect all the time, but how did that come about and what's it like being in a relationship like that?
Yeah, no.
She's been good for you, eh?
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
There's it's so funny because we're so different. Like she's a greenie, she's a good girl. She's private school girl, you know. We're so different in that aspect and then just cross paths at the perfect time. Like I think I was in a good place when I met her. I come out of a relationship and I was like, I'm not doing this again. Like not for a while. Like until I it was the first time I had like a bit of self-reflection. I was like, I need to like work on me. And then one day I'll get into a relationship and I was like in a mad spot training at Legacy and then boom.
She popped up.
Yeah, it just met. And like she didn't want it to happen. And I was like I didn't want a girlfriend and I was just like happy being single and just
that old trick, eh? No, I'm not keen.
Yeah. Well, she people trying to hook us up and she's like, don't let Ben ask me out for a date.
Yeah.
And I just asked her out and I moved in the next day.
To her house?
Right, almost. Picked her up, went out for dinner.
Where'd you go?
I just finished work, took her to Los Palms.
Yeah.
Miami. And
wait, KFC.
But it's next door.
Yeah, it's close.
And then went out the next night, went home together, and literally I stayed there until I moved in with her eventually.
Oh wow!
Yeah, which was stoked because Nat was I got napped with a beauty, eh? came out of a relationship a few years before that and did the, bro, you reckon I could stay with you and Joe for a bit?
Oh, yeah.
Just until I get on my feet.
Yeah.
2 years later.
Oh, you there for 2 years.
Yeah. It was mad though.
He would have loved it, eh? He loves being around people.
It was so good living there. Obviously in the middle of Miami, big house. There's the three of us there on coops.
Bit of anxiety.
They would have been stoked. And then as soon as I moved out, that's when they did all their renos. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got a good relationship. It definitely has its downs. It was just a lot of learning. Communication has not been my thing, eh? I'm the old shut down, go to bed, forget about it. Where she's like, bro, she brings everything to the table. Won't let anything not get talked about. Like you like everything.
It's funny because I know her. Like,
yeah,
100%.
Oh yeah, she'll bring it all up, and it's funny because I would have forgot about it and then just like deleted it.
Yeah,
and then she just sits on it and roasts on it, and then sometimes I get like a text preparing me for our talk. She'll be like, when you get home, we're talking about this. And I'll be like, holy.
Is it like bullet points?
Yeah, valid points. That's what it is. Yeah, she's the GOAT communicator. She's the finance woman. She's pretty strong too for strong.
Like I don't realize how strong she was. She was doing like chin ups and what the fuck.
She's awesome. She's a magnet. Everyone falls for her. Everyone loves her.
Yeah. He's got like the bubbly couple, eh?
Yeah.
Well,
haven't been invited to any orgies yet.
I just thought of this just then, bro. It's funny that you said that. But when I first started like talking to Al, I was like, "Oh, what are you up to this weekend?" She's like, "Oh, I'm going down on a camping trip." It's like, "Oh, who you going with?" Like Ben, George, Nathan, and Joe. And I'm like, "Fuck, she's going with 4 guys."
True.
Oh shit! Yeah, so I was like, I was like, "Yeah, so you have fun."
Yeah, who's swaggy staying?
Yeah, bit swingery.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. So sorry, just to run that back around. What do you think is the hardest part about the communicating? Because it's like there's a common theme here. You know what I mean? It's like business. It's like it's like you're running. I feel like you're running from something.
Yeah. No, I was seeing a therapist for a bit, trying to find that one out, and then just never really found the right one.
It's hard, eh? I've been in a couple of therapy sessions.
Yeah, it was also buzzy, like telling my brother about it. That was the funny convo. I thought I had anxiety, and I told my brother once he was like a blokey bloke, and that was so. I wish I videoed that conversation.
What did he say?
Like sitting in the car. He used to work for me, and I was like, oh, I went and got a mental health plan from the doctor, and he's like, what do you know that for? And I was like, I think I have anxiety. He's like, no, you don't. Yeah. It's not even real. And but like started seeing someone, and I probably went like the mental health plan's pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen the doctors for you can go and talk to them, and then they give you like a 10 passes for discount. It was like $60 to go to our therapy sessions.
Yeah, I used to pay for Simmy's once.
Yeah,
I used to pay for him to go to therapy.
Oh, mad. So I was doing that for a bit, and I don't know why I stopped. I'd actually like to do it even when I'm like in a good place. I reckon
apparently that's the go, bro.
Yeah.
I had this mentor, bro, and I used to like look up to him heaps, and every time I used to go to talk to him, like when I was panicking or struggling with business and like fucking everything was falling on top of me, I'd always talk to him. He was like calm, and I remember asking him, I was like, bro, what are you saying? And he goes, bro, I've been going to therapy like forever.
Yeah, it's such a cool idea. I think I remember I had just had like this, like not that this is like the right or wrong person. I had just like an old lady, and as soon as I walked in, I was like, I just didn't connect. I don't know. I don't even know if you're supposed to have like an ideal person you'd talk to, but just wanted someone a bit more relatable, I guess. Not that they're supposed to like. I don't even know if they do talk about their like.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's like questions, eh?
She just told me to read a book, eh? She sent me a book to read, and I was like,
what was the book?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
The Happiness
Equation.
Nah. It was a good book. I read the first 20 pages. The Happiness Trap, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be good.
So do you think you have anxiety?
I reckon I have social anxiety.
Really?
Bro. Yeah. And I reckon
You remember Simi, bro? Like,
Yeah,
you guys are so charismatic when you get into places and you get the room buzzing. But then it's like to get in that room is like a lot of
big time. You should see the amount of times like I'll tell Jordan like I don't want to come to this. Like if not so much if it's just like our close mates, like that's sweet, but like I hate being like I hate meeting people for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Just like things like that. Alcohol is obviously sweet. Like
it's grass.
But like my worst fear is like going out for like a double date with people I don't know.
Yeah.
Like me and the missus, and then I don't know, maybe like two of her friends. Like that shit. That
was us.
Yeah, I know. Like that without any alcohol as well. Like that'll tip me over.
Yeah.
There's something about social settings. I think it comes from I reckon it all stems from like high school. I reckon
for sure.
Yeah.
It's funny like listening to you hear this conversation in this podcast and when you listen to it back, bro. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah. So it's buzzy. I don't know how. I should start seeing someone. I think it's cool when people say that they're seeing a therapist. I'm always like, it's mad. That means you know that there's something that needs to be worked on. Like everyone could benefit from it, really.
I've done a couple of sessions when I come up here.
Yeah.
It's like pretty. Do you know the weird thing for me was, and like it's probably a trap that I have where I think I'm way smarter than I actually am.
Yeah.
Where I was like
started finishing their sentence.
Almost, bro. Like, because for me, I feel like I already knew the answer. I just needed to hear it from someone else.
Yeah. Okay.
And like me and Quade were having like this mad deep conversations, and he obviously knew everything that was going on, a bit like you, and he'd seen all the text messages, and shit just wasn't lining up.
Yeah.
And in my head, I just could not comprehend it or like try and see where she was coming from. So, and then like he said it, and exactly what he said to me, I'm like, all right, when you go sit and just said the same thing. And I'm like, cool.
Go get another quote.
Yeah. But the thing is, bro, there's a thing called the law of familiarity. So basically say if I got a pen, I throw it up, what's going to happen? It's going to come down. So the law of familiarity is the closer you are to someone, the less likely you are to listen to them. Mm-hmm. So the further that you travel to go see, the more money that you go, you're more inclined to do something.
Yeah.
So an example like this is like you could say something to George, I could say something to her, and she'd say it's around business or something, or she'd like, like, you know, it gets like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just one of those rules that like happens.
Unless you're in a cubicle together.
What's going on there?
Just out of potty.
That's
here we are.
All right, bro. I think that's we're close on an hour now. So just want to, bro, thank you for jumping on and sharing. It's been good to get to know you a little bit deeper and dig into the childhood trauma.
That's the name of the potty.
Trauma. Definitely chop it up again soon. So
keen.
See you training tomorrow.
Sweet, bruh.